So variable we discussed yesterday also with respect to one of the term that was related to the integer variable. So by its definition itself, variable is the thing which vary, which get changed over the period of time. So but the data type should be same itself. So like yesterday we discussed about the integer. Oh there, I let me write here. So what we have done yesterday, we write something like this: int x equal to 10, and I show you some diagram there, right? That something like this, that this is x, and we can fill in any value 10, 20, 30, 40, or whatsoever we wish. We can use those values over here inside our variable itself, and its label is int, or data type is integer over here. So there are different family of data types in Java. So we can discuss one by one those particular variables. Int is one of them. So if I write int, int is meant for integer. Now let's discuss few other types, and then I'll show a diagram also for that particular type. And the integer value could be positive or a negative both. Like I was saying 10, then but there might be a chance I can write minus 125 also. So positive, negative, both values are accepted for the integer, right? Now
Okay.
another family is double, or this family is meant for the floating point, right? Float, floating point, right? So with respect to something like this, let's say I want to define pi, then 3.14. So this is floating point value for me. This is not an integer, right? Perfect integer. This is floating point value. Or
Right.
maybe I write minus 25.76 and something like that. So it also take the positive and negative value both, but with respect to the floating point way we can define it. Then this is a complex data type, and these are the primitive data type. Again, I will discuss more on primitive data type. This is also a primitive data type. And the string is again a commonly used data type, so I'm writing over here. However, we will have a great discussion around this string class. This is user defined data type. So string is anything, I mean any text we write. Like say for an example, I write string name equal to Hussein. So any text we write is considered a string. Okay, we will this is user defined data type. So don't worry about this. What is user defined data type? I'll discuss in detail later on. Just for the writing sake, I'm writing over here. I'm just telling you the most common data types right now. And then comes the character data type. So character data type is just like a single character value. It's single character. So something like this: care, and let's say whatsoever your grade, your examination grade you find, and we define it into the, I'll come to the value later on, but that's okay. Single quote, not in the double quote. The difference between string and care is defined in single quote with single value only, while string will always define in the double quotes. And we can have the single value also inside string. I could have defined only h also over here, but whenever we'll be writing double quotes, that belongs to this string, and whenever we will write a single quotes and single value, that would be belongs to the care data type. Do you understand the difference between care and string? right?
Yes.
Any
Char is for
problem?
only single character and string is for multiple characters.
That's correct, right? No need to spend much time on
No.
these things, right? These are very basic things with respect to the explanation. All right, now let's spend some time on the identifiers. Let me know anytime if I'm going too much fast, right?
No, no, you're
Because
fine.
these are really simple things, so I'm going on little bit pacing way.
No, you are fine. Please continue.
Okay, now let's understand the identifier here. One second. So what is a meaning of identifier? So its name itself says that it it identifies something. Let's say I am in my house and if I see anything over there, how do I identify that particular thing? By its name. Let's say I'm in my dining hall. If I see my television set, then I can name it. Okay, this is my TV sets, maybe of any company. This is my Samsung TV set. This is my Havells fan. This is my sofa. So what we say, we tag some name in front of them. So identifiers are nothing, are the name of whatever we see, whatever write in the program. So say for an example, if I come here, one second in the IDE. So whatsoever you are seeing over here, all are identifiers. See, this is again, this line is an identifier. You are seeing this line and you are saying that okay, its name is X, so it's identify as a variable name X. So in other words, we can say that the whatever the name we say that this class is if I, okay, let's go one by one. If I say what identify the class, then we say okay, its name is basic program, so its identifier is basic program. This is its identifier. Now I come to the this line. What is this? This is variable, right?
Yes.
What is its name? Its name is X, so X is identifier, right? So whatsoever you see, this is method, or method name is M1, so M1 is identifier. I mean, small terminologies, but one must know about these things, that what is called identifier. So whatsoever name we define with respect to the variable, with respect to the class, with respect to the method, all are called identifier. That means how do we identify them? Those things are called identifier. Now the terminology or definition is clear to us that okay, this is called identifier. Now we are going to see some rules around the identifier. So let me create another program here. I write main method. Now first rule I'm writing with respect to, or few basic rules which one must know with respect to the identifier that I'm going to write. So whenever we write an identifier, it must be a sequence of character. Sequence of character which can have lowercase letter. So lowercase letter means A to Z, A to Z, or uppercase letter also, A to Z. These are valid identifier. I mean, we cannot name like anything to any I mean any variable, or it can have digit, So digit means let's say 0 to 9, anything, and it can have underscore. So underscore is like this, and it can have dollar sign as well. So these are the valid identifier. So identifier is they are making some rules, like say for an example, we make some rule that okay, in Hindu families we will be having the name on this way itself, maybe on some god name or whatsoever. Or in Muslim families, you would be naming in your style of way on your prophet or whatsoever. So we define some rules, okay, for these things we would be taking care of those things. So same thing is applicable for Java also. So whatsoever, if you are defining a class, you are defining a variable, you are defining a method, there are some rules around that, and you cannot go beyond those rules. So what are those rules? We are going to discuss those things. But a broader way, any identifier or any name whatsoever, it's a class name, method name, or variable, should be of these only, nothing else. Now here also there are few tweaks here and there which we gonna discuss in a moment. But to understand it, that it could be upper or lower case letters, or it could be any digit, it could be underscore, and it could be a dollar sign, nothing else other than these would be considered as an identifier. So far so good. Any problem to
Good.
understand this?
Yes.
Right.
So let's say we cannot use star, or we cannot use the percent sign. It has to be
Right,
these.
right. It's just like that. Let's say I write int, right, and I started like AA star BB, or I write this, then it started complaining here, you can see, right?
Yeah.
So only those things are valid. If I
Right.
write star here, then also it will create a problem. So these are the valid identifier. Okay,
Okay.
now let's take some example, valid examples. Like I was taking this, I could have written ABC. That is perfect, right? There is no problem by defining in this way of writing, right? And if write something like this, if I write int underscore xyz 20, then also it is working. There is no problem. Why? Because underscore is valid sign. I could have write dollar also, dollar AA equal to 30, then also it is a valid identifier. There is no problem between these. But we cannot define a space between the identifier. Like if I write int my sum, I cannot write something like this 20. So one thing is white space is not allowed between identifier. One
No.
rule, right?
Yes. But we can use my underscore sum. That is fine.
Let's come to that also straight away. My underscore sum equal to 30. Now see, it's working, right?
Yes.
Okay, now move on to the one rule. We come to know that okay, we cannot put the space between the identifier. Now coming to the digit also. Let's say I write int x9 equal to 70. Working fine. If I write int 9 x equal to 40. Now see here, it is not over here. So one working one thing, one more rule applicable here, which one must know. Rule number 2, that was rule number 1, white space not allowed. Second rule number 2 is this, it cannot begin with digit. Your identifier will not start with digit. You can put a digit after any character, but it cannot start with digit itself, your identifier. Did you get it?
I
X9
get
was
it.
working fine. 9x is not working fine. So you, however, digit is valid case for the identifier, but there is one more special case that we cannot start our identifier or variable name, any name. I mean, don't get confused that I'm writing with respect to the variable only. It could be applicable to the class and method name also. Just for the explanation, I'm going in a flow, so I'm writing for the variable names only. So identifier digit is absolutely fine, but there is one glitch for the digit, that we cannot start with the digit for any identifier, right?
Yes.
So that one should know. Okay, now one more important rule which must know, that identifiers are case sensitive. So what is a meaning of case sensitive? Let's say I write string rose flower. Later on I write string ROSC, a flower or other flower. Just for the simplicity, I write like this. So once, so these two are different different variables. You cannot say this rows which start with lowercase is the same as the rows which are start with the uppercase, right? So it would be treated as different variable. It would not consider both variable similar variable. So rows is different than the rows. So these all are valid, perfect, different variables. We can write rows. We can even write R O S E. All these things would be treated a different variable altogether, a different space in the memory, not a same space in the memory. Did you get my point?
It is very case sensitive.
Yeah, case sensitive. So everything, however, we are writing a same thing, but the case sensitive rule is applicable over here. We these would be treated a four different variable in Java, not a single variable. It would not like we are overriding this. Like, correct, you got my more rules around that, that are best practices, I would say. What are the best practice? First best practice is class name should start with capital letter. Capital letter, right? So whenever we write, like I have written it, identifier demo, then I is being capital letter. However, the lower letter we can also write, like in this case I could have written something like this also. That was also fine, but in developer community it is not recommended to like this. We have, the developer community has defined few rules, so everybody follow the same convention. So generally class name must be start with the capital letter, and if it has the two words name, then the subsequent word should also be in the capital letter, not in the small letter. Like identifier demo is of consists two words, and both should be in the capital letter, so one can easily identify that particular class name and other things. Then comes the variable and method name. Here, variable and method name should start with the lowercase letter. All right. So, like I have my sum, I have a name like, or say for an example, int sum. So S started with the lowercase itself. Let's say 70. Oh, sorry. So it should start with small case, sorry, lowercase letter, and it cannot. I mean, the best practice is, however, I could have written this as well. Nobody can stop me. But this is not considered as a best practice. For the class name and method name, they should start with the lowercase. And if it is a combination of multiple words, like I have my sum, then the initial letter, first uh, initial is start with the lowercase. Like in this case, M is starting in the first word. M is starting with the lowercase, not the capital case. So that should keep in mind that the variable and the method level things, those should start with the lowercase, and subsequent word should start with the capital case. These are the, I mean, good to follow practices, not mandatory or hard to follow practices in Java. You would not receive any error, something like that, but the community follow these naming convention while defining class, variable, and method. Did you get the point?
Yes. What do you call that? Camel casing? Is that one?
Yeah, camel case we can say. I mean, this is camel case, right?
Yeah.
And this is lowercase or capital letter, whatsoever we say,
Okay.
right?
Fine.
Okay, now coming to the variable declarations. So variable declaration could be, we can do it in multiple way. Say for an example, I can write int sum, or sum I already write int add. Let's say I have written this. This is called declaration, right? And if I can do multiple similar data type declaration in one line itself, say for an example, I could have written int number count or whatsoever digit. If I would like to define multiple variable in one line also, so multi variable declaration in one line, that is also possible in Java. All right, it's not like that I have to, for with every variable I have to define its data type. I could have write in single line itself at the time of declaration. There is no problem in Java to do it. Normally, this is also acceptable, and this one is also acceptable, but generally we do line in line. Let's say I define add, then the single add, and because we initialize the value also at the time of declaration. This is declaration, and this is, let's say, int ss equal to 20. This is declaration and initialization both, plus I'm initializing its default value and declare the variable name also. So this is called initialization and declaration. Any problem so far? I mean, pretty much
No
small
problem.
things,
No
right?
problem.
The same way I can write for the other data type also. It's not like that I can do it for the integer only. Double D1, D2, D3 also acceptable. There shouldn't be any problem with respect to that. And also the string also follow the same thing. If I write string, then I write something like this, let's say name equal to Kanhaiya. This is also sorry, this is one string, but what if write something like this. Now come to the string. let's say I write greeting and I write hi, and then I do another welcome message and I write this. So that is also possible. We can write it comma separated. Sometimes people get confused that we can do it with the non-primitive data type or not. So string also, just separate those things with the comma and you can write the value and other thing also with respect to the any variable declaration. So
Okay,
so far so good. Any problem?
no problem.
Right? Generally we write in a single line or single things only, so we don't find any problem with respect to that. Now talking about the small things, but need to discuss those things. Constants. So constants are the name itself. Do you know about the constant in Java?
Um, constant is something that is not going to change the value that is. If you declare it final, then it is constant, right?
Right. You must
Yeah.
have watched some video or read somewhere,
As I
right?
told you, I've seen some video, but in video
No,
you
no,
don't
no
get
problem.
everything.
That's really good, and it's really good to double check your knowledge, and it would, in longer run, it would help you out. Not you should not depend on the single source of learning,
No,
right?
no,
It's
video
always
they don't tell you everything. The way you teaching in details, the video doesn't do everything on YouTube.
right. That is right because they have to. I mean, they are doing those things for money. For their intention is to complete those things into the 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and
All right.
just in that period of time they want to draw the attention of the audience, and even whatever they know only they will show you those things only. But with
Yes.
the two-way communication class, whatsoever doubt you have at runtime, you can clarify all those things and the
Absolutely.
additional things as well, right?
Yes.
So constant, you already know, like something that cannot be changed. Like sun rises in the east, we cannot change it. So in our programming language also, when we are absolutely sure that this is not going to change, we should always define them as a constant. And there is some good to follow practice behind that. And one thing is for sure, we have to define the final keyword. So I don't have to explain you what is final for now. However, I'll be discussing final in greater detail. Lot of concept uh, hidden behind this, but we will discuss it when time comes about the final. So
Okay.
let's say pi value in mathematics, it always is 3.14, right? So no one can change it. So such type of value should be declared as final. One good to follow practice is the constant is always defined in capital letter only, camel case only. So see, I have write P and I both in the camel case. Let's say the other ones like final int, let's say my screen resolution. Let's say something. I mean, I'm writing blindly something. So these should be, oops, everything is into the capital letter only, so that one can easily why this rule was meant. Because there might be a chance some class is having thousands of line of code, right? Not a 5 or 10, 20 line of code, and you have declared some constant above. So now at line number 750 you cannot scroll up and would like to validate what is this. But if you will see something like this, then you will come to know, okay, somebody has defined it as a constant or final variable, I should not change it, or I can't change it, right? So
Right.
that's why these conventions were made, that okay, make it like this, then a developer can easily know that I should not change it. Otherwise there might be a chance if I would have declared it something like this, my where. Now nobody stops me, but that is good practice. Down the line, if I do it my where and write something like 70, then now it started complaining me, and then I'll think that why it is not allowing me to change the value. Then I scroll up and come to know that, oh, it's a final variable. So better to declare in a way that anybody can understand those things by just looking at the variable name itself. So this is for the constant value, not for the general variable type. So constants have the special way of treatment when we define it. All right,
All right.
constant is clear. Now moving on to the other parts, small things, but assignment I already explained you yesterday something.
So, Kanaya, just for
Yeah.
clarity, every time we use the final keyword and the value that you declare, right,
Mhm.
that is always constant. The final word
Yeah,
is used only for constant value, right?
that is correct. Now we can use final keyword with class also, method also, but their definition get changed. So I will explain those things in detail whenever the time comes for their explanation, right? So
Okay, fine.
final is keyword, but it can attached with different things. It can attach with the variable. If it attached with the variable, it make it constant. But it attached with the method, there is a different meaning. If it is attached with the class, there is different meaning for that. So I'll come to that when I'll be explaining the object oriented part to you.
Fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Now assignment. Assignment we all know, like equal sign. It's not a mathematical like representation, like variable. And when we write something like int AA equal to 20. So what is
Mhm.
meaning? RHS to LHS. The value get assigned from right hand side to left hand side. The things we discussed in our last class, or maybe those things are already clear to you, right?
Yes.
The simple thing that this is being assigned, not a equality things. So assignment is as simple as that. I don't think we should discuss a lot of things around this. Now come to the primitive types. One more type, primitive type